Oh well, that's just because I like the natural look, but we're not going natural today, we're going glam. Natural glam. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm not very well. If you couldn't already tell, yes, I've been in bed for a few days now in a row. I just come down with some weird January flu or something. Not very nice, but I really wanted to not miss an upload this week, so I thought we could just do a really nice chilled out video today. I'm drinking lots of water and just trying to get through it, but if I look a bit rough and I don't have super high energy, that's why. A few weeks ago, I was lucky enough to go to the premiere of the new Mary Poppins Returns film with my family, and honestly, first of all, it's the best premiere I've ever been to. It was so wonderful, I had the best time, and secondly, the film is just incredible. I've actually been listening to the soundtrack today and been crying because it's just beautiful. So yeah, go and see it first of all. But on the night, I did loads of Instagram stories and everything, and then I went when I got home and I was talking about the film, and I got so many messages saying that my makeup looked great and could I recreate it on my channel. And actually, for the first time in a very long time, I was pretty proud of the makeup that I did that night, and I'm kind of worried that we're going to jinx it today and I'm not going to be able to do it. You know when you can do something when nobody's watching you, but then when someone's watching you, you can't do it. So yeah, let's go. Please don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new to my channel and turn notifications on. I have some really cool videos coming up over the next few weeks that I think you guys are going to really like, so do not miss them. Also, just because I know I'm going to get questions, I'm wearing this Victoria's Secret, it's like lingerie. Yeah, I just wanted to put on something pretty and sparkly for the video and something that I wasn't going to get too hot in because I'm having hot flushes, literally. And it is a bit naughty actually because it is see-through, but luckily you cannot see that because the camera crops it out. So yeah, I've done my base, I've moisturised, cleansed my face, washed my hair yesterday because I always, whenever I go to an event actually, I rarely wash my hair on the day. I usually wash it the day before because my hair just gets too too silky and slippery, so it doesn't really hold curls very well, so I usually like to wash it the day before I have an event. So yeah, I'll quickly tell you these skincare products that I used. I just washed my face with water, to be honest, and then I used my Lush Aromatherapy toner water with a cotton pad just to wipe off any sort of grease, and then I used my Elemis Superfood Prebiotic Day Cream. I'm testing this out right now alongside the night cream, so I'm using them both at the same time. So far so good. And finally I also used my Clinique Pep Start Eye Cream, which has the ugliest packaging ever. Just gonna say it, but I love this eye cream. Honestly, it's one of my favourites because it makes you look awake. If you need an eye cream for the morning that's gonna make you look less like the living dead, then I would thoroughly recommend this one. Okie dokie, now we can start with the makeup. So to prime, I do think it's important to prime every day really, but especially when you have an event or an occasion and you really want your makeup to last. So for that kind of makeup, I really like this primer, which is the Benefit Pore Professional Pearl Primer. So it's like the original one, quite silicone-y, really gives you a flawless sort of base, but it has a pearlescent finish, so it's still quite glowy and not too mattifying. So yeah, I just put this everywhere, and I honestly think even just using this makes your skin look 10 times better. If you wanted to go for a total no makeup look but just put something on, then this would be a really good product to put on. Also, if anyone's wondering why I keep looking down, it's because I do not have a mirror. My mirror's here, so I'm using my laptop as a mirror. Also, I'm just putting on some lip balm because my lips right now, oh my god, they're so dry and dehydrated. They are at the best of times, but especially when I'm ill. And this is just my favourite lip balm. I've nearly run out. And this is the Clinique Pep Start, the eye cream, Pout Perfecting Balm. Honestly, oh, it's so nice. It's the best. Okay, so for my foundation, I actually just went out and bought this a couple of weeks ago before Christmas because I'm trying to use up all of my makeup that's nearly run out. And I was clutching on to the last of this foundation because it's my favourite. But I used it all up and then I went out and bought another one. Good story, Freddy. Basically, it's the Ysl Touche Éclat foundation. Mine is in the shade BR40. So I usually just do one pump to begin with, and that pretty much covers every area of my face, but I'm just going to put a little bit more on just because it was an event, so I did want to go a bit heavier, and also I need it. I'm sorry, I need it. Beauty blender time, and I do think it's almost time for me to just get a new beauty blender because it's got to the point where even when I wash it, it's still not clean. So yeah, I think that's a sign, but I just really like it. It's just so good. Sometimes for quickness, I use a brush. but then I always go over it with a beauty blender anyway afterwards. It's the most natural, beautiful, like glowy, sort of dewy, fresh foundation. I recommend it to everyone. It's one of my all-time favourites. Okay, next is concealer, and I'm using a combo. First of all, the Maybelline, all the writing has rubbed off, and I don't even remember what this is called anymore because it's got such a long name, but it's like the Eraser, Age Rewind, Eye Eraser Coverage Concealer, God knows. And I actually really like this to highlight my face because I do think it really helps like the structure of your face. So yeah, I just like to do this, and then I'm just gonna bounce that in. And can you see like that highlighted part of my face? It does look really nice, well, I think. Now for my actual like under eye concealer, which I need lots of right now, and I'm using the Benefit Boing Brightening Concealer in the shade 1, which is the lightest, which I really like. And I'm using this little Charlotte Tilbury brush that I just bought actually from Cult Beauty because I always see her use it in her Instagram stories. And when I was in New York for VS Fashion Show, I was like watching her do the makeup and she used this brush and I was like, I need it. And I like it because it has two ends. It has a big flatter end for like face, and then it has this cute tiny little end that really gets into like the nooks and crannies of your eye. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm putting the brush straight into the concealer and then onto my face. And like, how good is that concealer? Can you see? It's like industrial strength. I think the other thing I like about it is it's quite warm toned, which is good for cancelling out like the bluey, greeny, purpley tones that you can see on your under eye. And then I'm also just going to take like the excess concealer on the brush just to highlight my face even more. Okay, now I'm going to contour, and I love doing this, it's so fun. I'm using a product that I just have fallen in love with. I used it actually in my last makeup video, and it's the Soap and Glory Mighty Contour Palette, and it does have a contour, blush and highlight shade, but I do mainly use it for the contour because it's just the perfect cream contour, honestly. Probably one of the best ones I've used personally ever, including high-end ones. It's because the colour is so cool toned, like it literally has no orange in. It's the perfect thing for creating false shadows on your face, which is what you really are doing when you're contouring. So I just used my Clinique brush, which I cleaned specially for this video. It was very disgusting before, and spray it so it's a little bit damp, and I just use my toner water. You can use anything really, even water. I just find it blends better when it's a little bit damp. So yeah, here goes. Do you see that? I honestly use the tiniest amount of product as well, which is amazing, especially as it's so affordable. And then I just do it in all the other places that beauty gurus tell me to do it. So my forehead and also the jawline. Actually, I have noticed the importance of jawline. You almost paint it in with your contour. It's awesome. I do have quite high cheekbones. It's in my genes. Which I like, so I do like to accentuate them and just do this little contour under the cheekbone, not too dramatically. Like for day to day I don't do it too dramatically, but when I'm doing like, you know, makeup, then I like to go at it a bit more. Does anyone else, when they're like getting ready to go out, just leave their room in the most despicable state? I'm honestly such a tidy person, like I love having my room tidy, but when I'm getting ready, honestly, like my room is horrendous. And then I do actually like to do my nose a little bit, and this isn't really something I do like on a day-to-day basis, but when I'm going to occasions, like sometimes if you're going to have photographs, it does show up, especially if you've contoured the rest of your face. Sometimes it looks a bit odd. Okay, now I've used all of like the cream products that I'm going to use, so I'm going to powder, and my powder is really extra. It's very glamorous, but I'm not using it because it's glamorous. Some products I do use because they're glamorous, but other products I use because they're amazing. And this Ysl powder, honestly, it's just my favourite powder. Really, it's just so good. It's translucent. Well, it actually comes out pink, which is really cute, but it is translucent, and it just like perfects your makeup. Like, look how good my chin looks right now, seriously. It's airbrushing and glowing. Like, to me, when I put this on, I feel like I have an Instagram filter on my face. And I do go quite heavy with the powder when I'm going out, just because, you know, it really does help your makeup stay. And then I just kind of swirl my brush with what's left over and just pop that on the rest of my face. Also, I'm using a Charlotte Tilbury powder brush, and I don't want people to get annoyed that I use a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products. Honestly, I use them because they are just the best. Like, I have such confidence in every single product. And I think it's because Charlotte, you know, she uses them so much on her Instagram and her Instagram story, and you can see them in action. Like, she's actually using them on her, you know, celebrity clients and everything, and they are just so good. So yeah, this powder brush is perfect. I just love the way it's shaped because it's just so good, especially for the under eye area, because it has a pointed tip and it's very fluffy. So now I'm all powdered, it's time to use some blush, and I'm using this, and this is the Clarins blush in the shade Golden Pink. It's really, really pretty. It's just like, it is very pinky, but it is quite a warm pink, which I like, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it as well, which I really like actually for day and night. I use this all the time. It just adds even more highlight and glowiness and like healthiness to the face, which I love. And again, I'm using a Charlotte Tilbury blush brush. This I'm not as obsessed with as the other brushes, but I do still really, really like it. And the thing is with brushes, I mean, they can be a splurge, but you use them, you know, forever. They can last a lifetime if you take care of them. So yeah, I'm just going to apply this. Just apples on my cheeks. Just add a little bit of pink, make it all look nice and pretty and healthy. Don't you think my blush complements my top really well? That's just a coincidence, but yeah. And then the final touch for my face is to use some more highlighter, some sparkly highlighter. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand. Again, just another flawless product. It just does the job beautifully, exactly how I want it to. I think the thing with Charlotte Tilbury is I think we have the exact same taste in how we like makeup to look, which is why I get on so well with all of the products. So this is a liquid highlighter, and I know you're not supposed to put liquid or cream over powder, but I'm doing it, okay, because I didn't want to powder over this and dull it. So I'm just putting this on my cheekbones and maybe my nose. I don't really know why we do that, but yeah, there we go. And maybe up here too, do you think? Let's just do it, it's pretty. And then this is the last time you'll see my Dirty Beauty blender, I promise. But I'm just going to bounce it out. Okay, brow time. I'm using my, I swear this is my all-time favourite product now. It's the Hourglass Arch, and this is in the shade Blonde, and it's just the best. Everyone always hates on me for my brows, but since I have been using this, I've actually been getting quite a lot of love for my brows, just saying. It has made my brows look like 10 times better, to be honest, and it's made me better at doing them. Like, it's easy to use, basically. Oh, my hiccup ruined my brow. Oh, look at the difference. Don't you just love the difference a brow makes? Look, without, with. Oh, actually, I think I prefer without. Oh well, that's just because I like the natural look, but we're not going natural today, we're going glam. Natural glam. Are they the same? Kind of? Oh, I don't know. And then to set them, I just like to run some of the Benefit 3D brow tones through. It's like a setting gel, and it kind of adds like highlights into your brows. Okay, now it's time for eyes. And this is the part I dread because it's the part I'm not very good at. But you know, not everyone's a professional makeup artist, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm using this little Charlotte Tilbury Quad, and this is the palette that I've been using for all of my eye looks recently. I mean, it has been Christmas season, so I have had more sort of parties and nights out than I would normally, so I've been doing a little bit more eye makeup than I would normally, and I've just been reaching for this palette every time. And I honestly think if you're like me and you don't do eye makeup very often, and when you do, you like it very simple and neutral, this is literally the perfect palette. So it's the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize Bigger Brighter Eyes filter, and it's honestly all you really need. So I'm just going in with this little beigey brown shade, and I'm just putting that like all over my eyelid. I'm pretty sure this is what I did on the day, more or less. And obviously when you put this on, like when you get towards the edge, you kind of just start to shape it into like a V, just to give your eye like a nice shape, you see? I'm not an expert, as you can tell. And then I'm just taking this little pale goldy shade and putting this on the inner corner, just to open up my eyes and, you know, make it look cool. And then finally I'm going to take that little sort of the dark shade basically, and just use this to define the kind of outer corner a little bit more. And I don't like to do this too much because it scares me, but it does just give the eye like a nice sort of shape. It's just such an easy look, but it always just works with everything. Like, it's just so neutral and pretty. So yeah, that's pretty much as far as I go with eyeshadow, because I think that's all you need. Just a little something, a little sparkle on the eye, and then something on the outer corner just to give it a nice shape. Then, now don't lose it, but I used eyeliner. I know, I never use eyeliner, but I've been experimenting with it a bit more over the festive season, and I do think it has contributed into making my makeup look like really nice. And I've been using this Charlotte Tilbury liner. This is the Rock and Coal Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil. Liquid eye pencil? It's a pencil, but it's very moist, so maybe that's what she means. And this is in the shade Barbarella Brown. I think brown is a lot better for my complexion than black. Black is too much. Okay, so this scares me, but I am going to do just a little flick, basically, and connect it. So let's just see how that goes. Try the other side. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was holding my breath that whole time. And what I also did was just tight line, is that what it's called? When you put the liner in your, like, uncomfortable bit, you know? It's not very nice to do, but it does look really cool. Ow. I think the reason it looks good is because it joins up the whole line, so it looks fluid, but you don't have to do it on top, because then sometimes it's a bit too heavy. So I think that's why I like it. So let's try this side. Okay, that's done, thank goodness. So I'm just going to quickly curl my lashes. For my mascara today, I'm using the Max Factor 2000 Calorie Dramatic Volume Mascara in the shade Black Brown, which you guys know, when I do use mascara, I prefer to use a brown one because I just think it's just a bit softer. And I do like this one. I think it's the perfect combination of lengthening and volumizing without being clumpy. Then of course I do also like to add some lashes. These are the Fleur de Force Eyelure ones. They're my favourites, they're the only ones I really use all day. I've been talking like Mary Poppins, honestly, to myself. Spit spot? Oh no! I'm usually really good at putting on lashes. What's happening? This is another thing I really wish was made in brown and not just black. Because black really does not suit everyone. Anyone with like a fairer than like tan complexion, I don't think black works best on. Okay, so that's my eyes done, although I feel the eyes look really weird without lips. So let's do that now. I'm using, obviously, Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk because it really is the best lip liner in the world. It just really is the best for accentuating your lips, making them look bigger, if you want to. I do. And it stays as well, it stays put, which like is so important if you're overlining a little bit. They pass me by, all of those great romances. Then for lipstick, I'm using my beloved Clinique, I don't even know what it's called, but the Clinique lipstick in Beige Pop. I have used this many times in videos. It's just such a beautiful pinky nude. It just works with everything. It's reliable, it's creamy and nice, and it lasts, and yeah, I use this a lot. It's just a really nice pink girly nude. It works really well, again, with this top, which actually coincidentally is very similar to the colour of the dress that I wore. I'll put some pictures up of the dress I wore on the night. I went super extra actually with my outfit, but I just thought I don't care. It's Christmas, it's a premiere. It was at the Royal Albert Hall, Meryl Streep was there, Emily Blunt, you know, just go for it. And then to finish off the makeup look, I did just put a little pop of lip gloss on, which is Charlotte Tilbury Lip Luster in Blondie, just to give it a little bit of, you know, fun look, basically. And not too much, because I don't like it to feel too sticky, so I just put a little dab on like that. So this is the finished makeup. I really like how it looks, and it's kind of become like my go-to like glam makeup look because I'm not super adventurous but I feel like it suits me. It's really easy to do and it stays looking nice like all night, whereas I feel like if I did like too much crazy glitter or anything, it might all go a bit wrong. I actually decided to have my hair up in a pony on the night because I just felt like with the makeup and the dress, which was like really short and like poofy, I didn't want to look like a China doll with like curls, so I thought I would do something a little bit more cool and have it up and have like a really like big curly ponytail. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I just took off like the top section like this and just backcombed it a tiny bit so that it would just give my ponytail a little bit of, you know, body in the head, and then just making sure that the ponytail is nice and smooth. And then I'm actually using my old tong. This is, I actually did repurchase this like 3 years ago, but I've been using this tong since I was 13 and it really is the best. I don't know if you can actually get this anymore. It's Mark Hill. It's from Boots, and you know, it's a little bit tacky with like the zebra print, but it's really, really good. Okay, so I'm not super careful about this because I did want the curls to kind of be messy, but I'm basically just tonging the ponytail. There's no point like tonging your hair and then putting it in the ponytail. You may as well just do it in the pony. I think it's easier. I do think that my arms are toned from tonging my hair. It's like literally a workout. How cute is this bra though? Well, it's like a body, like a lingerie body. Oh, this piece of hair feels like it's never going down. It's endless. Okay, last one, do you think? Last one, please. And then just give it like a little brush to make it nice and shiny and tighten up that pony. And then the final step is just to cover up this horrible hairband. So you just take a little piece of hair from the back of the ponytail, like this, and just wrap it round the pony, and then you don't see the horrible hairband. And just take a little grip or a bobby pin and just pin that into place. Just make sure those bits are nice and smooth. Give a spray. And there you go, that is my finished premiere look. If you want a fuller ponytail, you can just back comb it a little bit. I'm not going to because my arm's are aching. But nevertheless, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually really enjoyed sitting here and doing my makeup. Taking it off now though, I've got nowhere to go. And I'm not very well, so I should probably get back into bed. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I shall see you next week with a brand new video.